Alright, I think they pushed me back a little bit, but should be fine. We're heading in, right?
Another door I need help with, Fiona.
Main door.
You're at Serene's office. Good. Just a second. This one's a little tricky. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber, and there's going to be a pretty dangerous guy there guarding. Got it. Just be careful, okay?
You seem very happy, Fiona. Right, you just in grief. So
Paul
you
was
read
already
this.
gone, but he left behind the one thing I needed.
He's a freaking shifter, Martin Hatch. Right? The hell? Did I see this last time?
We have a mission.
Oh yeah, definitely did.
Ready to lift off in 15, sir. What's the profile?
Full tactical complement. And we're going to need a tech squad for assembly. I'll brief them on the way.
Copy that. Good hunting, sir.
This keeps Ogawa over here. Although Ogawa is not someone that he should actually trust. We know this. So the freaking Paul Serene is heading to the swimming pool with a full tactical complement.
My office alarm went off. Is that you skulking around, Jack?
Fuck
Yes.
you. I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes. Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out.
He's at the
I'll
pool.
see you very soon, Jack.
Why throw it on the floor, man? It's an expensive phone. At the Bradbury swimming pool. And door open.
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard.
Open sesame. Boom. Okay, then he leaves Ogawa in charge. Leaving him in charge. He's leaving her in charge, I should say. The mouse turns. Right. Okay, we have a lot more. Hey.
Between stutters. The countermeasure was Paul's prize. Everything he built was based on Will's device. His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking it from him.
Right. Okay.
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the explosion. His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
True. That is true. Doing. Okay, the door was down. Is down there, so we need to go up here. This. October 9, 2016 to 4:19 p.m. from Sophia Amaral, Time Machine Core to Paul Serene. Okay, so no. It's that all the way down here. To Paul Serene from Sophia Amaral, date October 7th, 2016, 1:01 p.m. Subject Time Machine Core. Paul, we now have finalized the plans for acquiring and transporting the machine, the Time Machine Core from the university lab. Your instructions are quite clear. He's giving him instructions. We won't act. Oh, right. Your instructions and Paul's instructions are clear. We won't actually move in until your younger self has entered the machine, and the men will try to take the Joyces alive, with the understanding that Jack Joyce in particular could be a threat, and neither can be allowed to escape under any circumstances. I am still quite uncomfortable with all this, Paul. I understand your reasoning, and I know the stakes are high, but I don't want to see anybody hurt. It's antithetical to my role as a scientist, and I wish you'd reconsider. Surely there's a better way to resolve this. Moral implications aside, the loss of Dr. Joyce's expertise alone would be a great blow. If everything goes smoothly and quietly, we will transport the core directly to the Monarch Tower via ground route. If there's commotion and it seems there's any risk of detection, we will instead airlift the core to our dry docks operation, and then move it discreetly from there to the HQ. The construction of the new time machine frame at the top of the Monarch Tower has been finished since last year. Once we have received the core, it will be installed into the time machine per your orders. I know you don't intend to use it, but even with the limitations the nature of time travel imposes on us, I have to say it seems like a great waste to not take advantage of such a resource, both from a strategic and a scientific point of view. Dr. Sophia Amaral, Head of Research. So we can't change anything with it. To Sophia Amaral from Paul Serene, date October 8th, 2016, 2:29 p.m. Subject: Time Machine Core. Sophia, I understand why you would feel that way, but this isn't something I take lightly. It's my experience that time travel only complicates things, and while my own trip through time has given us great opportunities, it's also set me on this path. I want to control it, not use it. That said, I want to have the machine ready to use for emergencies. My foreknowledge of future events will end very soon, and it might prove to be useful to have the option of obtaining more detailed information from the future. Obviously, given that the furthest you could go back is the machine's activation at the university, visiting the past seems fairly useless. Also, ensure that the machine is heavily guarded at all times. Nobody is allowed to operate the machine besides myself, and I want the corridor to remain undeployed unless I give specific orders to the contrary. As for the Joyce brothers, I intend to give William the option of joining us, if possible, but I know him. He's a very stubborn and unstable man, and I don't know if we could ever trust him. I don't need to remind you that he built in that ridiculous little workshop with very limited resources a device that broke the local physics at ground zero and caused my Chronon syndrome. I don't intend to give him a chance to show us what else he could do if he decides that we are a target. That, along with the visions I have seen, there are certain sentimental reasons that make me wish I could let William live, but I doubt that he makes it possible for us. As for Jack, I'm not too worried about him. It took me a long time to master my abilities, so Jack shouldn't be a major problem unless he manages to use stutters to escape the area. Luckily, stutters should be very rare in these early stages of the fracture. Still, I've come too far to take any chances. I'd prefer to take him alive, but nothing can be allowed to put our plan at risk. I'm sorry to have to involve you in something like this. I know it's not what you signed up for, and as I said, I don't expect you to be personally involved with that part of the operation in any way. I'm not particularly happy about this part myself, and I wish I had better options, but our circumstances are as they are, and I have come too far to falter now. I hope you understand. To Paul Serene of Sophia Amaral, date October 2016, 3:43 p.m. Time machine core. Paul, yes, of course. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to your burden, and I know that these are hard decisions. You can count on us to proceed as planned. I know you are exceptionally busy now that the time is almost upon us, but I was hoping you'd have time for dinner. Dr. Sophia Amaral had research. See, they are together. Date October 9, 2016 to 11 p.m. So next day. Time machine core. Sophia, please update me on our progress with the time machine core relocation. Where are we with this? Thank you. So he ignored her there. Paul, this is on October 4th at 19. Paul, don't worry about it. We are on schedule. The time machine core from the university has been transported to the HQ, and it's currently being installed into the new time machine frame we've built for it. You will have direct access to it from the CFR chamber as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access the CFR chamber from the time machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the machine can get to the CFR. I thought you would appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is deploy the corridor. It's actually all hooked up now, but we are still running some final diagnostics. The techs should be ready with it before the gala's over. Dr. Sophia Amaral, head of research. He was maybe not with her at the end. Yeah, another
Paul spent
document.
a long time running Monarch in secret. It probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
Serene surface. Reflections on the end. I wish my memories about the end of time were clearer, but it was anything but a clear time in my frozen life. And the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines clashing together. I was running for my life the whole time, trying to avoid the shifters. Not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel, and it didn't help that she kept chasing me, trying to kill me. Beth Wilder. One of my own people. It was her all along. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me, that she didn't have the powers I did. I knew she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I had no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. I suppose I should appreciate the irony that it was her chronon harness, my own chronon harness, that it gave me the idea for the lifeboat protocol. The idea that our technology could let humanity survive the end of time. I suppose I have to thank her for that, and she paid for her sins. In the end, he killed her. But she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I had had an ounce of the control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, but I was young and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to properly control my abilities until much later. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Jack. His mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. Is it just because that's the way he's always been, fast on his feet, bold and adaptive? Or is the fracture affecting him too? I thought we could contain him. It cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I will make again. You cannot contain me. I am uncontainable. Not here, it's probably downstairs then. You're the countermeasure. I'm working on it, but it's a long walk. Okay, what's up in the kitchen? Nothing in the kitchen. We have all of this.
Paul saw what was coming. It broke him. He refused to believe that it could be changed. And he cast aside the only people who could have convinced him otherwise.
Yeah, he believed that what was going to happen. Nothing could change it. I think I read all this already.
17 years he lived through twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
But his knowledge ended at 21. Well, 2019, after 2016, I suppose it ends. Okay, a lappy. September 30, 2016, 3:11 p.m. From Sophia Amaral, Quantum Ripple Research Unit, to Paul Serene. Paul, Martin, I know you've both been arguing that the Quantum Ripple Causality Research Subdivision has great potential and we should keep it funded. I must once again implore you to reconsider. Quantum Ripple Causality. I'll be the first one to admit that the technology is impressive. The fact that doctors, morphine and rangers can actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shifts within the Mayor Joyce field is incredible, and the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing. But here's the thing, they have been at this for 2 years now and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept of the butterfly flapping its wings. But well, so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is the result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it's utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led me to writing this email, and that's technically true, but so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum. It didn't come out of nowhere. So what's the point? We have no control over it. We don't get to direct it, and we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they manage to automate their analysis of the fluctuations signatures within the Mayor Joyce field is impressive, but again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks on the report are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. The above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that may not be enough to sway you. But I have one final point, which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money, although the entire quantum ripple causality research subdivision is costing us millions and millions of dollars, but that doesn't really matter because I know we can afford that. However, there's a more vital resource they're consuming. Each time they fire up their rig and delve into the Mayor Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. Those are a finite resource, and as you know, we are projecting that the ground zero's yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is. So let me put it to you in practical terms. Every single time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime. Minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we cannot afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or at the latest during our next reorg. We can reallocate the resources or to something useful and put Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we wouldn't regret putting them to work on that given their track record of working with Chronon Tech. Sophia Amaral, head of research. They are trying to figure out chain of events of why stuff happens. Interesting. Something I have missed apparently. I don't see what that could be. Why is this still orange, by the way? The boards are still orange. Still orange, huh? MRI, scanning and monitoring. Oh, I have been here before.
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire. But behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear.
Did have an MRI machine in his room.
Dr. Amaral was the one thing keeping Paul alive, but
True.
reading through their exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
That's
Oh.
not my place to comment on.
Documents. Sophia's personal notes. Personal notes. Dr. Sophia Amaral, October 9th, 2016, 2:31 p.m. I find myself at a loss. We knew that the fracture would arrive. It was clear very quickly that the process was occurring much faster than Paul's projections. His experiences had led us to believe. That was alarming in itself, but there's another concern. With the fracture, Paul's condition seems to be accelerating rapidly. I don't know what to do about either one of these issues. I haven't had a chance to examine Paul properly, and of course he won't consent to any real tests at this point. He won't take the time, not with the situation being as critical as it is. He has to prepare for the gala, to take care of every little stupid thing Martin trots out for him. He won't think of himself at all, and I'm afraid that will cost us dearly. So I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I believe this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time. In zero state, his wave functions is further disrupted by the excessive chronon energies within his body. Before the university incident, before the fracture, the condition was progressive but controllable. The lack of stutters helped keep it in check. Now its progress is rampant, and I worry that it may reach a critical point soon. We always knew that was a possibility, but all of our projections assumed we would have years, time enough to come up with a cure or a way to stop its progress. Which means there's a very real chance that in the near future Paul's condition overtakes him. And if he does become a shifter, I don't know what to do about it. We haven't been able to help Dr. Kim. I don't know what we could do for Paul. I don't know what to do. The treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him, and their effect is greatly diminished. I am concerned that we may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often that the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself, and yet I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid I may lose him. Yeah, that's pretty lover talk. What the hell have I missed? Sophia's personal notes? I have missed something, but how can that be?
Who the hell?
Last chance to walk away, Joyce. Where the hell? Oh, it is over the freaking bed. How come I didn't see this before? Oh, it's glitched, isn't it? No, you piece of shit. This game, man, it's a nice game. I like the story. It's too glitchy, bro. This needs to be fixed. Like, this will not do. This is not Like this probably won't even work. Alright, I restarted checkpoint. Running over here, not pressing B at all. Nope. Spamming Q, it's not working. I'm going to have to repeat the entire mission to get this stupid thing. Okay, you know what? Forget it. We'll leave it there. We leave it there for now. No last chance to walk away. Shut up, bud. Lab coat. So this is right underneath this damn room, huh? Hello.
Just one of you. Rick,
Liam. No.
look, you have to realize you're not gonna keep me from the CFR.
What is his name?
You look like you're in shape for this.
Liam Burke. It is Liam Burke.
Have it your way. Of course, you don't fucking things.
What the fuck? I'm dead. What the hell was that? Oh, my abilities are freaking gone. I was pressing shoot, I was spamming it, but nothing was happening, which makes sense. Use objective reminder tab when lost. Yeah, they gotta optimize this game for one. They gotta fix the damn bugs. They gotta start the video thing again. Gotta stop this issue when I can't pick up things. So they are right in front of me. And I 100% should be able to fix the damn lighting issues. Lot of stuff needs to be done, man.
Who the hell?
Liam Burke. Bad condition.
Just one of you. Rick. Look, you have to realize you're not gonna keep me from the CFR. You look like you're in shape for this.
Yeah, but I don't have my ability, I'm using them right there.
Have it your way. Of course, he's got one of those fucking things.
Yeah, I'm trying to kill him. Bro, stop this shit. Bro, you're moving all this shit, bro. I can't see. That's more like it. Well, get freaking blasted.
I've got too much writing on this. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, you're stuck in a stutter? Your freaking thing broke. I would step away. You're still in the crosshairs, you know. I'm gonna go to the side.
Seeing that face put it into perspective. They were all misled, manipulated to believing they were doing what was right, what was necessary.
Liam Burke made his choice.
Liam Burke was an unnecessary casualty, one of way too many.
So was freaking Paul wrong
The
then?
lifeboat revolved around the countermeasure. He knew Will would try to take it back, that's why he was killed. He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
Was indeed right. September 29, 2016, 3:24 p.m. from Lauren McStevenson. Read me right now. CFR procedures to lifeboat maintenance. People, because there seems to be a certain lack of clarity about when it's appropriate for someone to enter the CFR chamber and mess with the chronon field regulator, and because I just had to fire Kevin Janeway because he did that exact thing, let me remind you of the approved CFR procedure. You do not touch the CFR. Period. I may touch the CFR because I am the lead technician in charge of it. Dr. Sophia Amaral may touch the CFR because she's our head of research and she knows what she's doing. Mr. Paul Serene may touch the CFR because he's Paul fucking Serene and it's his CFR. Nobody else touches the CFR. On occasion, some enormously lucky individuals who have been personally trained by me and are proven to be very, very dependable and incredibly good at their jobs, who don't have a track record of trying to enter the CFR chamber like paint huffing imbeciles because they just wanted to take a closer look at it, and who have remembered to bribe the lead technician in charge of the CFR with Tom Wade's tickets, may be given written instructions to perform specific procedures on the CFR. That will be a great honor and a sign of significant degree of trust, and those people should be accorded all professional respect and an appropriate degree of brown nosing and or passive aggressive displays of envy by their peers. Or to put it another way, you do not touch the CFR unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumb shit who jeopardized the only hope of a future for the entire human race because his mansplaining ass thought what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better. Self-improvement course was down at the unemployment office, which I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted to by those armed men. Oh, great. There are no exceptions to this. The entire lifeboat protocol depends on the CFR being present, properly connected and functioning normally. You do not want to jeopardize this. This is bigger than any of us and we are not here to fuck around. Lauren McStevenson, lead CFR tech. Yeah, they wanted the CFR to be safe. Makes sense. They're not just randomly touch the CFR.
They'd stockpiled all the chronon particles from ground zero to keep the lifeboat running.
Not enough though.
Enough to hopefully last until a proper solution was discovered.
But not without the CFR. October 9, 2016, 11:11 a.m. from Sophia Amaral. Chronon particle stockpile update to lifeboat maintenance. Everyone, please be advised that we are now at a point where lifeboat activation may occur. Accordingly, I have ensured that preparations are underway for activation. As part of that, what chronon particle stores still remain at the ground zero harvesting operation are being moved to the headquarters and placed into the master chronon particle repository, ready to be placed under the CFR's control. Please be aware that what we have managed to accumulate until this point is very likely to be all the chronon particles we ever have access to. Due to the fracture's effects on the Mayor Joyce field, the ground zero anomaly is showing definite signs of weakening. As a result, the chronon particle yield decreases drastically and will soon drop to baseline, while we will obviously continue more traditional chronon particle harvesting operations in order to maximize our stockpile, we all need to recognize that sourcing them outside of the ground zero conditions is extremely inefficient. Or in plain terms, unless we find another source of chronon particles, and I don't believe we will, what we have now is all we will ever have. Please be aware that all use of chronon technology eats into our limited resources, and while we of course recognize that we need to have our strikers and other soldiers operate in stutters, each operation undertaken will eat away at our stockpile and in very real terms cost us days of lifeboat runtime. Accordingly, we have to plan all use of this technology closely and choose our battles carefully. That said, we should also realize the ongoing situation with Jack Joyce constitutes an emergency and will most likely require unconventional chronon particle investments. Just the same, we should be aware of the costs. I expect to see projected chronon particle consumption rates for the foreseeable future and simulations of how long our stockpile will last, adjusted for all of the scenarios we have discussed. See our last meeting minutes in our next Monday meeting. Sophia Amaral, head of research, right? Keeping an eye on their stockpile of, you know, the stuff that their entire operation runs on. It's quite important, I would say. We have a thing. We're not gonna get that thing though. It's gone. So is Liam dead then? Liam is just dead. Misguided or whatever, but he's now dead.
Fiona, I'm at the CFR chamber. Door's locked.
That's way above my access level. But since my friend disabled security earlier, I should be able to do this. Listen, I don't really know what the plan is, but it's all up to you now.
There it is.
Good luck.
Oh, you opened it.
It was like walking into a shrine. This was our
October
holy
10,
relic.
2016. 5:35 a.m. 25 hours out of fracture in time. What's this?
There'd been some
Charlie
kind of struggle in
Wincott.
the chamber. I didn't know the details. Somebody cleaned it
Charlie.
up.
A man named Charlie Wincott. I believe he chose to take a stand. Unfortunately, it ended badly for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to be that kind of work environment.
Right. But he was killed by Martin Hatch, who is apparently not here, even though Liam stabbed him. Document Personal Notes on the CFR, January 5, 2011, by Dr. Henry Kame. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we are only scratching the surface of what it can do. And we have already learned so much. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical applications before. Now I realize that I've still got a great deal to learn. The chronon field regulator, as I've decided to call it, is a little miracle. How such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Mayer Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. I wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas. New avenues of thought I have been trying to find for such a long time. 2011, so a long time ago. The task I have been set by Mr. Serene has frankly stumped me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just the result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Mayer Joyce field is a simple fact that I have been aware of for a long time, but being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, but that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially flooding an area with chronon particles to enable the passage of time is the obvious solution, but actually finding a way of doing that, that's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. Perhaps even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define certain volume of space as stutter-proofed has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We are almost up and running, and very soon we will have the ability to harvest proton particles at useful rates. We'll be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into the Mayer Joyce field and effect changes in its topology is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue, and I don't know how to effectively control these effects. But my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronon technology that works on a somewhat similar principle, except instead of tapping into the Mayer Joyce field, it generates a similar localized field of its own, an artificial chronon particle field. And within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. This means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero state. And I believe I will be able to miniaturize the technology to allow for personalized devices with the same effect, almost like an environmental suit of sorts, with a harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. There are still many challenges here, one of which is that any significant volume of stutter-proofed space will incur an unacceptably high drain on the chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Obviously, with the lifeboat protocol requiring a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades, this is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Mr. Hatch backing me, the thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are, of course, entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. I'm hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles. Given its nature, I suspect it might be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. Where was I? My control over the CFR is limited, but this seems to be a very basic functionality for it, so I'm optimistic that I can do it. I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene's been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he'll give me that give us the time we need. Well, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could just sit down and have that conversation and just ask those questions. How did he build it? What is it actually for? But I have been denied the opportunity. A part of me wants to open the CFR up to get to the bottom of it, but the potential consequences terrify me. We've already seen what it can do if unleashed. Even worse, there's the possibility that I couldn't put it back together, and just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel liquefying thought. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene. No, thank you. So as it is, I have only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and it has certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I am a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humankind. If we succeed in our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. And we have another small thing. Hatch. No? Personal item. Charlie's badge. Charlie Wincott. Data Samurai. The last intel item. 96%. Yeah, the last thing left now is the freaking thing I couldn't grab. Annoying as hell. Okay, here's the
It took
CFR.
11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it, and I knew it could fix the fracture. This fucking thing. The problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did was dead.
Yeah, even those guys didn't know.
Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened.
The university time machine. They've got the core here.
Monarch had built their own time machine above the CFR chamber. That's where I needed to go.
You still believed you could go back and save your brother?
Yes.
But I'm doing this to save my brother. We can't save our brother, he's dead. Unless we didn't actually see him die, did we? We did not see him die. We just saw the rubble fall. He could be alive, for all we know. We saw stuff falling on him, yeah. This thing only goes up, right? Oh, this is stutter proof too. I was like, well, how is it working? But yeah, it's stutter proof. Stay clear. 10. Stay clear. 20.
Paul took the core of the time machine from the university, hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control, but that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back, maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
Open. Chronon Tunneling Laboratory. Time started. Time started. The fight scene, huh? AR gas. An assault rifle. Who the hell is here to stop me though? Okay. I have a carbine. Ready to go. They love their assault rifles.
Core was set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the corridor in place.
Yep. Is Martin Hatch gonna pop up? Semi-auto shotty. Now, as long as I have my time power, I don't need the semi-auto shotty. I can just use my own thing. Why would I want a normal pistol, bro? Think about it. Still part 1, huh? Alright, go time. Set it up.
Okay, this should do it.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel.
Of course.
They had guards here.
Target's disappeared. Over. Go check it out.
Bro! Bro, I cannot see shit, bro. Okay, this is not good.
Phase 1 of corridor deployment.
Come on.
Phase 2 of corridor deployment.
Finally.
Okay. Okay.
Stay sharp.
Fine, let's go.
No, I don't have a dash. Hide. I want my dashes back. Thank you. Can't see shit. Still can't see shit. No, I'm bad. I wasted all my dashes. Okay, body shot. I'm afraid that's all I got right now. Got him.
Thanks for the heads up. Gotta move.
Okay. The hell, there's glass or something here? Somebody here. We did it. I did not do it. Now we did it. Firm.
Oh, you're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
Very slow
The machine
machine.
was ready. I just needed to put in the date.
Oh, we gotta put in the date. I think we'll save him.
The earliest I could go back to was the time that the core was first activated.
25 hours of
At the
fractional
university.
time.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You
But
better
I
be
think
as
we can.
advertised.
I believe we can do it. Because we never actually saw William die. Return to the University, Act 5, Part 2. Enemies equipped with chrono technology freeze and stutter when the device on their back is destroyed. But do they come back when the stutter goes away, basically? Find hidden quantum ripples to unlock secret content in the show. I do try to do that. Play junction moments again to get alternative story content both in the game and the live action show. Yep.
Jack, in here. Hurry. Targets have escaped the lab.
Hello,
Got
boys.
fellas?
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Bang. Yeah, I'm super good at what I do now. A lot of dead Monarch people.
HQ, we've got an intruder in the lab. Core extraction team is down. Over.
All of them? How? Joyce's.
We're moving in.
Open fire, but avoid damage to the core at all costs.
Goodbye.
I got there after the fracture initiated. Too late to stop it all before it ever started.
But
You
not
can't
too late
stop
to
it.
save Will. All you had to do was get to him in time.
Yeah, that was the plan.
HQ, we've got security footage of the Joyce brothers escaping through the server room on the lower level.
Right?
Raider Team 3, intercept immediately. Ready another extraction unit to remove the core.
Right. We can't stop the core being removed anyway. But yeah, let's go back to the menu because we have to now redo the previous mission to get the one freaking thing that's left over there. Monarch HQ, the collectible. The one chronon source here. 91% game completion, huh? All ripples, all intel is done. There is freaking 8 more chronon sources. Well, 7, considering there's one left in there. 1 document. No computers. 1 media. Okay. Replay on. You know what? Yeah, sure. Put it on hard. See if I care.
Previously on Quantum Break.
Gotta be freaking quick
I'll
though.
take the laptop to the science department.
Nope.
No, I think I'll do that myself.
Will built a way to stop the fracture. We're traveling to the past to retrieve it. You can help us get there faster. Woman approached me, told me she was from the future. Jack, that woman.
It was you.
This is it.
Hey, wait.
Where is she?
I had no choice.
Beth? What happened to you?
Right, and this happens. I get sent back. Paul Serene kills her.
I'm not wrong.
You can't.
No!
So, what you did next? It wasn't personal?
Support Rexes. Took the treatment. Just let me in the game, please. I'll come back for you.
Reiterate, the entire town now seems to be a disaster area, and while authorities and relief workers from Monarch are redoubling their efforts, it seems everybody's working at capacity. And
Time was
reports coming
broken.
from all across
Working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos.
Train.
The end of time was closing in.
And you still believed you could fix it?
The solution was inside Monarch Tower. A countermeasure.
The CFR, as Monarch knew it. The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan. But that didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan.
I only have a pistol. Yep.
Christ!
Yeah. This gun is garbage. Yeah, good throw, man. How do you survive one shot by that? Wow, one tap.
Where they keep the countermeasure. Shouldn't be too hard to find. It's the biggest damn building looking for it.
I'm speedrun statting the entire thing.
Jack? I hope you can hear me.
Fiona? Is that you?
Yes. I wasn't sure if I could make this work. Listen, the CFR, it's not easy to reach, but you can access it from Serene's office. A friend of mine has unlocked the CFR chamber, but the rest of the place is still in lockdown. I think I could help you with that. Like this.
Boom.
I guess you can.
Serene isn't in the building anymore, so maybe you don't have to run into him.
Goodbye.
Alright, that's that right. Paul's office.
Okay, speedrun statting it.
I was getting closer to the countermeasure. Paul had the key to fixing the fracture all along, but he didn't see it.
There was nothing to see. He believed the fracture couldn't be fixed. That's why he used the countermeasure, the CFR, to create the lifeboat.
Yeah, I can't see shit, bro.
What the fuck is that?
Horrible lights, I'll tell you that much.
Damn.
Here, let me in.
Fiona, can you get this door open for me?
I think so. Sorry, this isn't quite my forte. I know a guy who would do this in his sleep, but he's about as dependable as... Oh, never mind, that's it.
Bro, I can't see shit, bro. Mouse 1 because of necessity. I need that bag of ammo.
Is that all you got?
Okay, done. Can't see shit, but it's done. The shotgun is crazy, by the way. Why would you not use the shotgun? This office directly? No,
Fiona,
bridge.
I'm trying to get to the Sky Bridge.
Skybridge. You're in marketing right now. That's okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Hey, Jack, be careful. There's something really weird going on in this building.
Monarch was scrambling. Paul's empire was falling apart all around me. I'd never
Bro,
seen
a whole
anything
lot of
like
this
it,
light.
but Paul had. That's what he was preparing for all those years. He didn't do a very good job.
Okay, horrible light glitches. Oh, that's why he got the Martin has got into put setup proofing. That he himself could get in. Because he himself could not have gotten in without the setup proofing being on.
They have a time machine here? Shit. This is where they brought the university core. This is Paul's machine. Looks like they have it on the top floor.
Okay, quick. Okay, through cutscene? Or is it rendered? Cutscene. Right, so this is Hatch what we saw, who we saw. Hatch is the one who's murdering everyone here. We got saved because the stutter ended. Yeah, give me control again, please.
What the fuck? Was that Hatch?
The train.
All personnel, stay clear of...
Shut up.
Another door I need help with, Fiona.
You're at Serene's office. Good. Just a second. This one's a little tricky. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber, and there's going to be a pretty dangerous guy there guarding. Got it. Just be careful, okay?
Oh, thank you.
Paul was already gone, but he left behind the one thing I needed.
I don't want to watch the... I gotta watch the cutscene. Then we can grab the thing we need. Finally, the Chronon source, and then we're done. Give me the phone call. Look at the lights, man. Look at the freaking light glitches.
My office alarm went off. Is that you skulking around, Jack?
Fuck you. I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes. Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out. I'll see you very soon, Jack.
Hey, are we done? They should have allow us to skip these cutscenes. Can't see. There should be an option to skip.
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard.
Okay, finally, back in control. Go, we go fast.
There was just a couple of minutes between stutters.
The countermeasure was Paul's prize. Everything he built was based on Will's device. His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking it from him.
Yes, okay, finally. This is what I wanted. Final Chronon source. 100%. 91% game completion. Love it. Okay. Then we can go to upgrades. We have 3 available. We need 4. Then finally extra activation and all that. Okay. Get me back to the menu. Thankfully, replaying actually is rather fast. You spend a lot of time talking, you know. A lot of time reading, I should say, not talking. So, skipping all that is pretty quick. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.